I define my... Robin and I are together 12 years, yeah? So Robin is my support system, and that's why we did the performance together tonight. But my body, as an artist, the secret of my own body as an instrument and tool is something not private at all. It has a private function, but I try in my work to bring things from private into public. Private things into public, and I feel that the male body, especially as far as deformation and objectification by mainstream culture goes, I feel that the male body is underrepresented, actually. I don't feel that there is enough information about the male body, and I feel that often what happens in our society globally is that the female body is objectified, much too much, actually. And I try to present a balance by not self-objectification, but the use of my own nude body in order to create some kind of balance. And the cyborg part, Donna Haraway, I am a very physical, material person, and I do not know much about the body without organs. I really concentrate on this body with the organs that it has and the form that it has, and work with that. I'm interested in my own physicality and sort of using my body as my own country, you could say. I think that reality is a sort of a construction. I think that the television, I call the television a devil box. I don't like the television. I also consider my work the opposite of the media, the mainstream media. I consider artists like myself to be actually the corrective force to the mainstream media, because I feel that what we are given is fake reality, and what reality we have to strive to be like something or do something which we can never achieve. And I try to, in my work, create a situation of what I consider reality to be, which is some kind of real life, which is why we do together what we do as well. If I remember right, Carol Duncan is a very important radical feminist thinker, so I'm very happy to see this question here. There is no, I don't know the discrete charm of the performer. I think that if someone is inhabiting their body in a truthful way, and these are all very difficult words, of course, because truthful is a word which could be split 1,000 ways. But I think that there is no the performer who is honest about what he or she does and feels is a successful performer. And I don't think that there is any secret of seduction, for instance. And risk, in a political and aesthetic sense, is experimentation. I think the risk that I take in my own work, for instance, is all about a kind of experimentation that I bring into public. Instead of experimenting in private, what we did tonight is experiment in public with a very loose structure. I do not believe that art is for everyone. I don't believe that. I believe that art, at this point in my life anyway, I believe that art is similar to science and religion. I'm not so sure about religion actually, but I would say science, in that it is a very, very specific thing which exists in a specific context and also needs that specific context in order to exist. For instance, Robin and my parents and Robin's parents have very little experience of the contemporary art world. They are involved because they care about me, but I do not feel that the general public is in a state to make surface judgments about art. I often get very upset when people say, oh, art is for everyone and we should be able to understand everything. I think it's not elitist for me, but it is specific, and it requires research and contextualization. I think that my performances are specifically structured about caring for the other. I want something back. I don't like to present a kind of entertainment situation to the audience. I prefer that the audience gives me something back, and I work things into the performance in order for that to happen. The sacrificed body or the slayer? I feel like both, actually. I think this is a switching role. It's a very quick answer, but I do not feel like the sacrificed body. I feel like a body, as they've said about Carolee Schneemann's work, I feel that my body is in dynamic relation to the social body at large. I exist in a constellation of other artists and a constellation of people, and I feel that this is not one or the other. I think it switches somehow and is also both at the same time. Well, I mean, Carolee Schneemann, if I have to answer quickly, she's a poet, she's a philosopher, she was my teacher, and I would say that Carolee Schneemann has had Hannah, Carolee, and Adrian. Hannah and Carolee. Yeah. So Hannah Wilke and Carolee Schneemann. I know Carolee Schneemann and Hannah Wilke died before I met her, but it's definitely, I feel that Hannah and Carolee are the two women that I am extending their work somehow in between of these two women. So they have had the biggest approach, the biggest influence on my approach. In their aesthetics, in their morals, in their ethics, in their relationship to their work, in their relationships to other people, I would say in general, their whole embodiment and how that was put into work, physical work as well.